Well, good afternoon, guys. We have talked about EDC items more and more over the past couple of months. Today I want to talk to you about a little EDC blade. It is little, but that doesn't mean it can't do big things. Today we have the Bark River Adventurer. Hang around and I'll tell you all about it. Well, guys, thanks for hanging around and thanks for choosing to be here today. I do appreciate your time very much. Well, like I said, we have the Bark River Adventurer. This is the #1, not the #2 that came out here recently. It is a dandy little blade. I've been carrying it for about 2.5, 3 weeks now. I've used it every day, and I have to say, guys, I'll tell you right off the bat, it has performed very impressively. But first off, I want to highlight the sheath, namely because I have to say this is the most unique sheath that I have ever personally run across. Hang on, let me get it off and I'll show you. Alright guys, well you see the square? That is actually a strong earth magnet. If memory serves me correctly, I believe Mike Stewart of Bark River Knives posted up that these magnets have about a 22-pound pull, which will really lock this knife in here. The magnet is a secondary retention feature of this sheath. When you first get this sheath, and this is a mistake that I made and was pointed out the first time I posted this video, when you first get it, there is very little spacing. It looks like only the blade fits in there, but when you first get it, you have to manhandle the scales down further into the leather, and it really locks it in there. So between the magnet and the leather itself, this system is rock solid. As a necker, this blade is not going to go anywhere, and if you choose to use it as a pocket sheath like I do, then you know it's safe and secure in your pocket. As I mentioned, this is the second time I'm posting this video. Why am I reposting it? Well, because like I said, I had a retarded moment. When I first got it, I didn't realize, and it didn't dawn on me, that you're supposed to manhandle this blade in there to fit it to your knife. It was just one of those moments that we all have every once in a while where we see something wrong and somebody has to come in and correct us. But anyway guys, I wanted to show you how to do it the right way. I obviously did it the wrong way, and it worked well the wrong way too. So anyway guys, on to the rest of the review. Well, let's go ahead and run down the specs real quick, get that out of the way, and then we'll get to the fun part. So here we go. Alright guys, the specifications are overall length is 6.75 inches. The blade length is 3.25 inches. The cutting edge is 2.675 inches long. It is, the steel on this one is Elmax. The blade thickness is 0.125. Blade height is 0.8 of an inch. And the weight is 2.675 ounces, guys. What I've decided to do today is I want to run through just my everyday tasks. Nothing specific, just what I normally do when I'm out and about and I hit the woods, or if I'm in the house making dinner, cutting up fruit for my kids, just things you'd expect a knife to go through as an everyday carry blade. Alright guys, well, mail is probably one of the most consistent things I do with an EDC blade. Tell you what, this adventurer does not disappoint in that matter. Opening up boxes, cutting through tape. Cool, you guys will be seeing that very soon. This Elmax, it eats through cardboard. You guys will be seeing those soon too. One thing I did do to hit this knife up to kind of give it a test run is, you know me, I like fire. You know, I'm a fire bug, especially when it comes to friction fire. I did go ahead and throw together a hand drill set. It worked really well for that. For the hand drill, I used a Mullen stock and this very thin profile convex edge. It did a really good job of cleaning up the burrs, cleaning up the tiny outer bark and splinters and stuff like that to smooth it out so it wouldn't tear up my hands. It allowed me to split it down to size very easily and very precisely. It dug into that Mullen stock very easily. It cleaned up the tip, shaped both the top and the bottom so it would fit down into the hearth board as well as not tear up the palms of my hands if you have sharp edges at the top. Again, going back to the thin profile, this convex edge, it notched out that piece of poplar that I was using as a hearth board very well. Typically when I think of a convex edge, it doesn't do push cuts very well, but again, because this is such a thin blade, it really gets in there and makes that sort of work very simple. This is also an excellent camp crafting knife as well as a fire crafting knife. It allows you to sit in camp, split down the finer kindling into make even smaller kindling to get your fire started. It is an excellent feather sticker, makes excellent shavings. This is, in my opinion, one of the perfect sizes for a smaller trapping knife. When I go out trapping, and guys, I'm not that experienced trapping, but I'm not claiming to be some big trapping or hunting expert here, but just for me, when I go out trapping, I prefer to have a larger knife for larger tasks and a smaller knife to actually process the animals with, and also to do the finer work of making some notches and stuff like that to actually create the traps. For a convex blade, that is one heck of a push cut. Alright folks, well that is my most frequent uses for an EDC fixed blade. I hope that fits what you wanted to see an EDC fixed blade do as far as a review goes. I also hope it answers any questions you may have. One thing I do want to touch on, this Elmax steel. It is supposedly one of the best stainless steels on the market today. I'm not hugely experienced with stainless steels. This is the first Elmax blade I've ever used, but thus far guys, it has lived up to its reputation. That to say, the edge retention on this blade has been crazy insane for a stainless steel in my experience. I have not touched this up since I got it from the factory. Now, I wouldn't call it hair popping sharp anymore, but it is really close. I am incredibly impressed with the edge retention on this blade. We got 4 layers of paracord here. Easy. Well guys, I'm sure you're wondering, what do I think of this knife? Do I like it? Of course, I'm sure you've picked up on that by now. As I've tried to make clear through this video, I've tried to pick out the high points, the things I like about it. Honestly, there's not anything I don't like about it. The only thing that I would like to see with it is the spine isn't aggressively sharp. It will strike a ferro rod, not as well as I would like it to though. But to be honest with you guys, that's not a deal breaker. Part of my EDC carry includes 2 other dedicated ferro rod scrapers, so I don't really need my EDC fixed blade to have the ability to scrape a ferro rod. But that is not to say that the spine isn't sharp at all. You can still fluff up wood and bark and stuff like that as you would expect to with the spine of your knife. It doesn't handle a ferro rod as well as a lot of other knives, or what you'd expect from a 90-degree spine that all of us bushcrafters rave about. And some things that I do like about it that I didn't touch while going through the various activities of EDC stuff. One thing I really do like about it, going back to how I like to hold it, especially if I'm processing game, there is a finger notch right there. Fits perfectly for my middle finger. It allows really good purchase. Usually, I'm not a jimping guy, but this jimping is not aggressive at all. And I'm really finding that I'm liking having that extra bit of traction with my thumb right there. The knife is small enough that you do need that little bit of advantage. Another thing about it I like is the contour of the handle. It just allows you to fit it in your hand very well. It feels good, and it does have those slight thumb scallops there. So it allows for many different positions, and in those positions, they're all really comfortable. The fit and finish on this blade, guys, as you can see, it is stunning. It is beautiful. This is just natural micarta, I believe. If you look on Knife Ship Free, DLT Trade, there's several outlets that you can buy Bark River knives from. There are, I would say, a couple dozen choices in scale material. So this is just one example. Now that being said, the price range of this knife, it really varies. It really depends on the scale material you choose to get. If my memory serves me correctly, the cheapest one I saw was $209 and change, 210 bucks, something like that. And I think it goes on upwards of 300 bucks depending on the scale material. Well guys, I'm sure it's obvious. I like the knife. It receives the Ferro Woodcraft thumb of approval. I like it a lot. Like I said, it is a welcome addition to my EDC, and it's going to see a lot of use in the years to come. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for being here today. I hope it helps you make an informed decision. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give me that thumbs up. I would appreciate it very much. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button to hang around for some more videos. And guys, please, as always, hit up the comment section. Let's talk about this knife, maybe EDC knives that you really like. You can ask me questions about this knife, and I'll do my very best to answer your questions. And guys, while you're in that comment section, please feel free to give me suggestions for future reviews. Maybe let me know if something you would like to see highlighted on film, or maybe ask me some questions, or give me suggestions for stuff I've already reviewed that you would like to see highlighted in a different way. But anyway, guys, again, thank you very much for being here. I've enjoyed it. I hope you have as well, and I will see you next time. Have a good day, guys.